again everyone, welcome back to our channel Curious Minds. If you're new here to this channel, I'm Mukesh and along with my wife Smita, we make videos about immigrating to Canada. Today's video is about one of the most important steps of immigrating to Canada through the Express Entry program. It is about calculating your comprehensive ranking system score, more commonly known as the CRS score, and various factors that drastically change your overall score. You can calculate your CRS score even before you send your expression of interest, that is the initial online profile, so that you can have a better understanding of what your chances of eligibility are. We'll leave a direct link in the description box below to calculate your CRS score. You can change several inputs in the CRS calculators to see how it impacts your score, and you can even take steps to improve your CRS score to have a better chance of getting an invitation to apply. Comprehensive ranking system ranks individuals based on various factors, including but not limited to work experience, education, language proficiency, etc. Additional points would be awarded to those who have a job offer or a nomination letter under the provincial nomination program. The following criteria are used to rank the eligible candidates in order to be invited to apply for the permanent residency. Principal or single applicant core factors, accompanying spouse or common law partner factors, skills transferability, and additional points for those with a valid job offer or a nomination from a province or territory. Each applicant, either a single or accompanying with a spouse or a common law partner, are ranked out of a total of 1,200 points. And here's how the points are distributed. Statistics suggest that a score between 450 to 500 has a high chance of receiving an invitation to apply through the Express Entry program. However, if your score is less than the minimum requirements for the current trends, there are ways to improve your score. Let's go ahead and consider these factors. First, employment offer in Canada. If you currently have a job offer in Canada or have a potential to get one, your CRS score would improve by 50 points. And if your employment falls within the category of codes starting with 00 of the National Occupational Codes of Canada, or also known as the NOC codes, then your score will improve by a whopping 200 points. Here is the list of these occupations. Number 2. Higher scores on language tests. The language scores of any test are converted into the Canadian Language Benchmark levels, or the CLB levels. Check the link below in the description box to compare the individual language test scores to the CLB levels. And obviously, the higher your language test scores, the higher your scores would be on the CRS calculator. And not just that, when you get a higher language test score, you start to get higher points under the skill transferability as well. Let's look at an example here. Consider a 35-year-old couple with a master's degree for both applicants, but no Canadian education or work experience, but with a 3+ years of foreign work experience. With the CLB level 7 for both applicants, your score will be 332 points. With the CLB level 8, the score goes up to 356 points. With the CLB level 9, the score goes up to 442 points. If you're good with French as a second language and get a CLB level 6 on the language test, then your score would go up by a huge 42 points. But if you get a CLB level 5, your score would go up with only 4 points. Anything below CLB level 5 for the second language would be considered 0 points. Age plays an important role in getting a higher CRS score. You get the most points for ages 20 to 29, after which the points start to go down by 5 to 6 points every year for individual applicant, and by 5 points for applying as a couple. In case you're applying as a couple, having the younger partner being the primary applicant makes more sense. Deciding as to who becomes a primary applicant while applying for a PR could be easily decided at a later stage. What you could do is you could start with two different profiles, one in which the husband could be the primary applicant and the other one where the wife could be the primary applicant. And then, depending on whoever receives the ITA first, you could accept the invitation and submit an application for PR. If both of you receive an ITA, then it's just a matter of personal preference and whoever you think has the most supportive documents to justify an approval. You get 15 extra points if you or your partner meets these three criteria. First, has a sibling who is a Canadian permanent resident or a Canadian citizen. Second, that person is 18 years or older. And third, that person is living in Canada. The higher your education, the better your score would be. Some of you might have started a master's or a PhD program but may not have completed it yet. Then you can improve your score by simply completing that higher education. This could be best explained by giving you an example. Consider a 35-year-old couple with 3+ years of foreign experience and a CLB level 9 on language test scores. You would have a CRS score of 401 with a bachelor's degree for a primary applicant versus 440 with a master's degree and a 454 with a 3-year PhD program for the primary applicant. Only 2 to 3 points would be added to the score if your co-applicant has a bachelor's degree or higher. I think most applicants for the Express Entry program have 3 or more years of foreign work experience, but let's consider how much impact the foreign work experience has on your overall CRS score. With everything else remaining the same from our previous examples, such as a 35-year-old couple with a master's degree for both applicants and a CLB level 9, here's how your score changes. With no experience, your score would be 392. With 1 to 2 years of experience, your score improves to 417. With 3 or more years of experience, your score goes to 442. In any scenario, we wouldn't want you to hold up completing and submitting your Express Entry profile as is while you're trying to improve your score. This is because who knows that the next CRS draw might have a low score requirement and you might have qualified even with your current score, and you may not have to go through the extra effort of improving your CRS score. You can always update your profile later once your CRS score improves, or you can completely create a new profile. Obviously, your score would completely change if you had a provincial nomination, as that gives you an additional 600 points, but there are certain other requirements that you have to fulfill before you can get such a nomination. It would be outside the scope of this video, and I will try to make another video about the provincial nomination program sometime later in this journey. That's it from me for this video. I hope you have a better understanding of CRS score and ways to boost your CRS score. As always, if you have any questions, please write them in the comment sections below and we will try to answer those to the best of our abilities. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful day and stay curious.